Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with chapter number 2, Accounting of Overheads Part 2. If you see this slide, it consists of chapter number 2 and chapter number 3. Chapter number 2, Accounting of Overheads. Under this chapter, we are going to learn with collection and allocation of overhead, apportionment and reapportionment of overheads. And in chapter number 3, we are going to learn with absorption of overheads. Now, why this accounting of overheads is there? Because we know that overhead costs are those costs which are not directly or easily identified to a particular project, product, or cost center. That's why we are going to see how we are going to have accounting treatment of all overheads. So it has been divided into two parts: accounting of overheads part 1 and accounting of overheads part 2. Now there is certain process to be followed to link your overheads to cost unit and cost center. What are these steps? The first one is classification of overheads. Second is codification of overheads. Step third is collection of overheads. Step fourth is allocation of overheads. Step fifth is apportionment of overheads, distribution of overheads to production and service department. The process is known as primary distribution of overheads. Step number 6 is reapportionment of overheads, which means distribution of overheads of service department to production department. The process is known as secondary distribution of overhead. Under this process, you will charge whole service department expenditure to production department, making service department expenditure nil. And the last step is absorption of overheads by production unit. Now we will see all these steps one by one. First one is classification of overheads. It's a process of grouping expenses according to their common characteristics. We have already learned in previous lecture the overheads are classified according to function wise, element wise, behavior wise, control wise, and nature wise. Function wise classification includes factory overheads, office overheads, selling overheads, distribution overheads, research and development overheads. Element wise classification includes your indirect material, indirect labor, and indirect expenses. Behavior wise classification includes your fixed overhead, variable overheads, semi-variable overheads. Control wise includes your controllable overheads and uncontrollable overheads. And the last one, nature wise, includes abnormal overheads and normal overheads. Step number 2 is codification of overheads. What does mean codification? You are giving codes to overhead. Okay, if you see, the meaning is assigning code numbers so as to make it easier to identify each group of overheads. This codification will depend upon numerical system, decimal system, alphabetical system, or combined code system. In combined code system, you will have combine of 3, combine of any 2 as per the company requirement. Next step in accounting of overhead is collection of overheads. So what is collection of overheads? It's nothing but it's collection of overheads amount in correct account. So from where you collect your overheads? You will collect your overheads from store requisition book, invoices, wages analysis book, journal entries, cash book, other registers and reports. So these are the sources from where you can have overheads which the organization has incurred. Next one is allocation of overheads. Let us understand it briefly. Allocation of overhead is a process of charging the full amount of expenses which can be identified wholly with a particular department. See, as we know that overheads are not easily identified, not easily allocated to a particular cost unit or cost center, but in certain cases we can have direct allocation of overheads. When we will have direct allocation of overheads, there are two situations. Now we see which are the two situations. When overheads can allocate directly, first one, the cost center must have caused the overhead. Means what? You must be sure that particular department is responsible for incurring that particular overheads. When the cost center is known. Next is the amount of overhead is known to us. Means what? We know which department is responsible for that particular cost and what is the amount of that overheads. When you are very much sure with cost center identification and the amount of overheads, then you can directly charge these overheads to particular department. Okay, this is allocation of overheads. Now, next is we will understand with some examples. So the example is there are 5 departments in ABC Limited and repair of computers used by human resource department of ABC Limited rupees 30,000. This question explains you that ABC Limited is having 5 departments. There is a repair of computer done by HR department. The amount of overhead means the amount of repair is rupees 30,000. Now my question is, can you directly allocate this overheads to human resource department? And the answer is yes, we can directly allocate this overhead to HR department. Why? Because the cost center means human resource department and the amount of overhead means rupees 30,000 is known to us. We know which department is responsible for the repairs of computers and the department is human resource department, and we know how much is the amount of repairs. The amount of repairs is 30,000. So this is known as your allocation of overheads. Now we move further. The next one is apportionment of overheads. What is this apportionment of overheads? Apportionment of overhead means charging overheads to production department and service department on most equitable basis. We know that overheads can't be charged directly, so you have to follow some steps, and thus the step is known as apportionment of overheads, where you are charging overheads to production department and service department on most equitable basis. The process is known as primary distribution of overheads. Let's understand the apportionment of overheads with the help of some example. Again, there are 5 departments in ABC Limited. The electricity charge of ABC Limited is rupees 3 lakhs. The whole electricity charge of ABC Limited is 3 lakh rupees. Now my question is, can you directly allocate this overheads to HR department? Can you say that? Can you allocate that? And the answer is no. We can't allocate these expenses directly to HR department. Why? Because the reason is the cost center and the amount of overhead is unknown. Means what? The electricity charge of ABC Limited, the organization electricity bill is rupees 3 lakhs. And out of this 3 lakhs, you can't identify how much share of this electricity is shared by HR department. So this is a reason why we can't allocate overheads. And switching towards the apportionment of overheads. If you look further, There are 5 departments in ABC Limited. The electricity charge of ABC Limited is rupees 3 lakhs. Now we have to distribute or apportion these electricity charges among these 5 departments on some equitable basis. On some basis we have to distribute this 3 lakh rupees among these 5 departments. So what are the bases? What will be the equitable basis? The equitable basis will be number of light points used by that particular department, or all 5 departments, or the area occupied by all 5 departments. So in this way you charge the electricity charge of whole organization among these 5 departments with the help of some equitable basis. And what is the equitable basis? Number of light points or area occupied. Apportionment of overhead. I am here with some tabulated examples of overheads and equitable basis. If you see this, first one is rent. Rent is divided according to area square feet. Depreciation of machinery. Basis of apportionment will be value of machinery. Power, horsepower of machine. Repairs of plant, value of plant. Supervision, direct wages, canteen expenses, number of employees. The next process is reapportionment of overheads. Now, what is the reapportionment of overheads? The cost of service department are borne by the production department. Why it is so? Because service department provides services to production department. Production department use these services. That's why all the cost of service department is charged to production department. This process of redistribution of cost of service department to production department is known as secondary distribution of overheads. Primary distribution, apportionment of overheads. Secondary distribution, reapportionment of overheads. And the last step in this process of charging overheads is charging the overheads to individual units or any particular product is known as absorption. So this is the last step in accounting of overheads, where you are charging the total amount of overheads to particular unit or particular product. Thank you so much for patience listening.